The road stretched far into the distance, quiet and empty, as the golden sun slowly disappeared behind the hills. A soft wind carried dust across the ground, and everything felt calm, almost too calm. Walking alone on that road was a man named Daniel Carter. Daniel was a successful businessman. He was known for his intelligence, patience, and smart decisions. But today, his journey was different. This was not just another business trip. He was carrying something extremely valuable. Hidden carefully with him was a rare diamond, one of the most precious stones in the world. It sparkled even in the smallest light, and its value could make a man rich forever. Daniel was traveling to another country to sell it, but he knew one thing very clearly. A man carrying such a treasure is never truly safe. Not far from the road, behind a group of trees, someone was watching him. His name was Marcus Reed. Marcus was not an ordinary man. He was a thief, but not a careless one. He was smart, patient, and very experienced. He didn't attack blindly. He studied people first. And right now, he was studying Daniel. His clean clothes, his calm walk, the way he held his bag carefully. Marcus smiled slowly. This man, he thought, is hiding something valuable. Instead of attacking, Marcus chose a smarter way. He quickly changed his appearance, fixed his clothes, cleaned his face, and made himself look like a decent traveler. Now he didn't look like a thief anymore. He looked like a businessman. With a polite smile, he walked onto the road as if he was just another traveler. Daniel heard footsteps behind him and turned. "Hello, my friend," Marcus said warmly. "Peace be with you." "And peace be with you," Daniel replied calmly. "I am also a trader," Marcus continued. "I'm traveling to the same place. The road is long and dangerous. Maybe we can travel together?" Daniel looked at him carefully for a moment. Then he smiled slightly. "All right, it's better to travel together." Marcus felt satisfied. His plan was working. They walked together quietly for some time. Then Marcus asked, "So what kind of business do you do?" "I deal in rare items," Daniel replied. Marcus became more curious. "And what are you carrying right now?" he asked carefully. Daniel stopped, then slowly reached into his pocket and showed him the diamond. It shined brightly. Marcus's eyes widened for a second, but he quickly controlled himself. Inside Marcus, greed began to grow. "That diamond is worth a fortune," he thought. He smiled and said, "You are very brave to carry something like this." Daniel replied calmly, "Not brave, careful." But Marcus ignored the warning hidden in those words. "All I need," he thought, "is one chance." Soon, darkness covered the land. They stopped to rest. Marcus did everything: built a shelter, lit a fire, and even cooked food. He wanted Daniel to trust him completely. After eating, they talked for a while. Then Daniel went to sleep. "Good night," he said. "Good night," Marcus replied. But Marcus stayed awake. When everything became quiet, Marcus slowly got up. He looked at Daniel. Asleep. "Perfect. This is my chance," he whispered. He opened Daniel's bag carefully. He searched everything. Clothes, pockets, every corner. But there was no diamond. Marcus frowned. "This is impossible. I saw it." He searched again. Still nothing. After a long time, he became tired and confused. Finally, he lay down, but he couldn't sleep properly. Something didn't feel right. In the morning, Marcus asked carefully, "Are you sure the diamond is still with you?" Daniel smiled. Without saying a word, he took the diamond out of his pocket. It was there, safe, shining. Marcus was shocked. The morning sun rose slowly, but Marcus Reed did not feel calm. Something was wrong. Very wrong. He had spent the entire night searching every inch of Daniel Carter's belongings. He was careful. He was quiet. He was experienced. And yet, he found nothing. But the diamond was still there in the morning, shining, untouched. It didn't make sense. As they continued walking, Marcus stayed unusually quiet. His mind was racing. Did he hide it somewhere outside? Did he wake up in the night? Or is he smarter than I thought? He glanced at Daniel. Daniel walked calmly, as if nothing had happened. No fear, no stress, no sign that he was carrying something worth a fortune. That made Marcus even more suspicious. No normal man would be this relaxed, Marcus thought. This man is different. Marcus knew one thing. He could not fail again. That diamond had already taken over his thoughts. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about winning. "I will find it tonight," he told himself. "But this time, I need a better plan." So he decided to change his strategy. Instead of searching while Daniel was sleeping, he would search when Daniel was awake, but away. As the sun began to set again, the sky turned dark orange, then slowly into black. The cold air returned. "We should stop here," Marcus said, pointing to a quiet spot near the trees. Daniel nodded. "Sounds good." Once again, Marcus prepared everything: fire, food, and a place to rest. But this time, his mind was focused on something else. Timing, opportunity, control. While they were sitting near the fire, Marcus spoke casually. "We'll need more wood for the fire," he said. "The night might get cold." Daniel looked around. "You're right." Marcus pointed toward the forest. "There should be dry wood in that direction. Would you mind bringing some? I'll stay here and prepare everything else." For a brief moment, Daniel looked at him. Not long, but long enough to make Marcus feel slightly uncomfortable. Then Daniel smiled. "Sure," he said, and stood up. He walked toward the forest. The moment Daniel disappeared into the trees, Marcus moved. Fast. He rushed to Daniel's belongings and opened everything. This time, he was even more aggressive. He didn't just search. He tore things apart. He checked every pocket, every fold, every hidden corner. His breathing became heavier. "Where is it?" He searched again. Nothing. Again. Nothing. His frustration grew. "This is impossible. He cannot hide a diamond this well." Marcus stopped for a moment. His hands froze. His mind began to think of something new. What if he knows? The thought hit him hard. What if he knows I'm a thief? He looked around quickly. The forest was quiet. But suddenly, everything felt different. Uncomfortable. Dangerous. Footsteps. Marcus quickly closed the bag and stepped back. Daniel returned with wood in his hands. "Here you go," he said calmly. Marcus forced a smile. Perfect timing. Their eyes met for a second. And in that moment, Marcus felt something strange. It was as if Daniel could see right through him. That night, they sat by the fire again. But this time, the atmosphere was different. There was no comfort, no trust, only silence. Marcus tried to act normal, but his mind was restless. Daniel, on the other hand, seemed completely at peace, as if he was enjoying something, as if he was in control. Later that night, when Daniel went to sleep again, Marcus made another attempt. This time, he searched more carefully than ever before. Slow, focused, precise. But once again, nothing. No diamond. No clue. No mistake. Marcus felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Defeat. As he lay down, staring into the darkness, a thought crossed his mind. What if the diamond is never in his bag? His heart started beating faster. Then where is it? He turned his head slightly and looked at his own bag. For a brief second, the idea felt crazy. "No, that's impossible," he whispered. "Why would it be in my bag?" He shook his head and tried to ignore the thought. But it stayed. The journey continued. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Every night, Marcus tried again. Every time he failed. The same result. No diamond. His confidence slowly turned into frustration. His frustration turned into confusion. And confusion turned into obsession. Finally, after many failed attempts, Marcus couldn't take it anymore. He stopped walking. "Enough," he said. Daniel turned. "What happened?" Marcus took a deep breath. "I need to tell you something." There was silence. Then he said it. "I'm not a traitor." Daniel didn't react. Marcus continued. "I'm a thief. I've been trying to steal your diamond since the first day," Marcus admitted. "I searched your bag every night. I tried every trick I know." He looked frustrated, but also tired. "But I couldn't find it." He paused, then asked the question that had been burning inside him for days. "Where do you hide it?" The air felt heavy. Marcus Reed stood still, his eyes locked on Daniel Carter. His heart was beating fast, not from fear, but from desperation. For days, he had tried everything. Every trick, every plan, every skill he had learned as a thief. And still he failed. Now, there was only one thing left. The truth. Daniel looked at Marcus quietly. There was no anger on his face. No fear. Just calmness. The kind of calmness that made Marcus even more uncomfortable. "You really want to know?" Daniel asked again. Marcus nodded immediately. "Yes, I have to know." His voice was serious now, not like a thief, but like a man who had been defeated. Marcus took a deep breath. "I followed you because I knew you had something valuable," he said. "I pretended to be a businessman. I gained your trust. I waited for the right moment." He looked down for a second, then continued. "But you were always one step ahead." He looked back into Daniel's eyes. "I searched your bag every night. I even searched when you were away. I checked everything again and again. His voice dropped, but I found nothing. Marcus stepped closer. Tell me one thing, he said. Where do you hide the diamond? There was silence again. The wind moved softly through the trees. For a moment, it felt like time had stopped. Then, Daniel smiled. It's actually very simple, Daniel said calmly. Marcus leaned forward slightly. His eyes were full of curiosity. Daniel spoke slowly. Every night, when you fall asleep, I place the diamond in your bag. For a second, Marcus didn't understand. Then his eyes widened. What? He stepped back. My bag. Daniel nodded. Yes. Daniel continued. You were always so focused on searching my belongings. Every night, you checked everything I had. But you never once thought about checking your own bag. Marcus stood frozen. Every night. Every single night. The diamond was with him. Right next to him. And he never even realized it. Daniel looked at him calmly and said, The moment you approached me on the road, I knew who you were. Marcus's face changed. You knew? Yes, Daniel replied. Your eyes gave you away. You were too interested, too observant. He continued. I knew you were a thief. So I made a simple plan. Instead of hiding the diamond from you, I hid it where you would never think to look. Marcus slowly sat down. His mind replayed everything. All those nights, all those searches, all that effort. And the answer was always right there. With me, he whispered. Yes, Daniel said. You were so busy looking at me that you never looked at yourself. For the first time in a long time, Marcus had nothing to say. No tricks, no lies, no excuses, just silence. He had lost, not because he was weak, but because someone was smarter. After a while, Marcus stood up. I've been a thief for many years, he said quietly. I thought I was clever. He looked at Daniel. But today, I learned something. Daniel waited. Marcus gave a small, honest smile. Real intelligence is not about tricks. It's about understanding people. Daniel nodded slightly. Marcus picked up his bag. This time, it felt heavier. Not because of the diamond, but because of the lesson. I'm going back, he said. Daniel didn't stop him. Marcus took a few steps, then stopped. Thank you, he said without turning around. Then he walked away, not as a thief, but as a man who had changed. Daniel watched him leave. Then he reached into his pocket. The diamond was there again. Safe, just like always. He smiled slightly and continued his journey. Sometimes, the thing we are searching for is closer than we think. We spend so much time looking at others that we forget to look at ourselves. True wisdom is not just about being clever. It's about thinking differently.